Okay, so I have all of my little notes here on my phone just so we can like stay on track. I'm not really gonna edit this video, so there might be like some little pauses and stuff, but you know guys, I just like to keep it real and raw, so we're just gonna go with it. Now the side effects I'm gonna talk about are not like your traditional side effects that you would see when you type in Clomid side effects. These are things that happen specifically to me, and then also with like little research that I've done in different forms of different, you know, women and their experiences with Clomid. They were very similar to mine, which made me like really think that like maybe the internet is not putting everything out there when it comes to these symptoms medically. So I don't know, but I just want to share with you guys some of the similar things that happen with other women and their experiences and mine, just so you can get a better like picture of what could happen to you while you're on Clomid. So the first thing that I experienced that I did not know until after being on 3 cycles of Clomid was lengthen periods. So my period is very regular. It comes every month. I have a 28 to 29 day cycle. I ovulate pretty much every cycle on day 13 or day 14, and that's just really what it is. I've been tracking my ovulation for over 7 months now, so I'm pretty familiar with my cycle. I'm pretty familiar when my ovulation window is. And with Clomid, I've noticed that I have been going to day 29. And before Clomid, I was going to maybe day 27, 28. Now it's looking like 29, 30. Today I started my cycle on day 30, which is not normal for me. Never had a cycle until my period that long before. So that was very strange to me, because for me, it played tricks with my mind, because I thought like I was late for my period, because my app is pretty spot on now that I've had like a year worth of information in it since being TTC. And it knows it pretty well, and it's pretty spot on. It's maybe a day off sometimes, but really it's like on spot. And I noticed that it has been telling me that I'm like 2 days late, 3 days late, and then my period will come. And I just thought that was really strange, because it's only started since Clomid. So I did a little research, and it is true. Your period can lengthen, it can get longer, and that is because Clomid helps regulate to put you like on a normal cycle. So women who have like PCOS, sometimes the doctor will give them Clomid to regulate their cycle and also get them to ovulate. So I thought that was really interesting, because when you search Clomid side effects, it does not say lengthen period. It does not say that it's going to stretch out your cycle a little bit longer than normal. So I thought that was really interesting. So the next side effect that I believe that I experienced was a loss of appetite. And the loss of appetite came very gradually. I started noticing it during the time I was taking Clomid. I just really wasn't that hungry. And it wasn't like anything I could put my finger on it. Like it was just more so like I just didn't feel like eating. And that's usually not me. Like in the morning I'll eat like a yogurt or have like coffee or something like that. But on Clomid, I just really didn't want to eat as much. It was weird, and it was really in the mornings. And I don't know if it's because I was taking the pill at certain times of the day, and then the side effects were kicking in hours later. But I usually took it, the first cycle I took it in the midday, second cycle I took it in the morning, third cycle I took it at the evening. And with all of the cycles, I really just did not want to eat during those 5 days of me taking Clomid. So I'm not really sure, but the loss of appetite was definitely real. So I think the next side effect, which is weight loss, happened because of the second side effect, which was appetite loss. Because naturally I go to the gym, I work out a lot, I eat very healthy. If you've known me for a while, I pretty much look the same. Like I really have not gained any weight except like in my hips, like, you know, like adult weight. But other than that, I have been the same size forever. And I recently, not too long ago, made 125. So I was 140 before. Now I'm 125, 123. Like that's kind of where I teeter. And that only started like 3 months ago of the weight loss. Like I wouldn't say it was all the Clomid, because I was stressing at that time, but I was still eating. And then with the Clomid, because I was taking it every month, 5 days of that month during my cycle, I wasn't really eating that much. So I think the medication and then that being in conjunction with like my cycle, you know, when you're on your cycle, sometimes you want to eat, sometimes you feel sick, like I don't know, it just feels weird. And so I think that was like a major player in my weight loss, just because that medication did something to my body to where I just really did not have an appetite for much. And if I did eat, it was like one time a day. Like I was not constantly eating, because I don't know, me naturally, I only eat 1 to 2 meals a day, but during the Clomid, like that 2 week, like I don't know, it was just, I did not have a stomach for anything. So I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if that's just a Clomid, but that's what I experienced was like weight loss. And I lost about 20 pounds during this time I've been taking Clomid, so that's a lot. The next thing I experienced was moodiness. Now, this is a symptom that they do talk about online. Okay, so moodiness. Moodiness was something that you can see that when you type in Clomid effects on the internet, yes, moodiness will come up. But the moodiness that I experienced was more so like just very irritable, and I could feel it during the time that I would take Clomid, and after, like going into ovulation, I felt very moody. I wasn't as excited to have intercourse, but at the same time, like I knew that I had to. But if you get what I'm saying, like that natural libido that comes from, you know, ovulation time was not there. Like it was almost non-existent. Like my body was, you know, preparing itself for ovulation, and creating CM and things like that. But it was like, I just did not really feel it. And I feel like it did not increase my natural libido. I feel like if anything, it suppressed it, which made me a little bit more moody, because I feel like it suppressed other hormones. And so during that time, I'm supposed to be like aroused and happy and like, you know, in heat. That didn't happen. That feeling of just like very irritable and just very like uncomfortable. Like I just did not want to do anything sexually. Like I just didn't want to be kissed or held. I don't know, I just didn't like it. It was like the same if I was like on my period. I was just feeling like, just ugh, get away from me type feeling. The next thing that I felt, which was extreme, was fatigue. During the time I was taking Clomid, I felt really sleepy and really lazy. Like I just wanted to lay on the couch. And it's weird because I can kind of tell now, going through the cycles through that period of when I did that, and it was always when I was taking it, like that second day I started to feel that laziness, tired feeling, and then all the way until like a week after, until ovulation, I just wanted to lay down. I didn't want to do anything, wanted to watch a show and just lay on the couch or lay in bed all day, which obviously I can't because I'm working, but that's what I really wanted to do. I don't know what it was, because I'm naturally not like that. I'm naturally a person that likes to get up and go, which I feel now because my period has started. I don't know if it's like revamped or like rejumped all of my hormones to get back online. Like I don't know what it is, but I feel a lot better on my period than I did during like ovulation week and during like the Clomid period. So I feel like it played a big part in that, like the Clomid making me feel tired and fatigued. Like I think that really did play a part, but that's just my body. So hair loss. Now, hair loss is a little bit of a sensitive topic, which is why I saved it for last, because this is something I literally just found out yesterday. So I started Clomid in November. It is now February. And I want to say a couple of months from, so like maybe August, September, I want to say. August, September, July, somewhere around that time span, I went and got my hair done. I have not had like my hair professionally done in so long. So I decided to go to this hairstylist I'd seen on Instagram, and she specialized in natural hair and silk press and stuff. And so I really wanted my hair straightened professionally, so I went to her. Amazing experience. My hair was so long. I had not seen my hair straightened in so long, and it literally looked like I had like extensions in. Like it was so long. I'll go ahead and insert some pictures here. And it was just like, I was just so happy. It was the happiest I've ever been with my hair, because I had been through a lot for 4 years growing my hair back. And so I was just really excited. Now, around December, I want to say, when I was doing my own hair, I started to notice that like my hair was like coming out in like long strands, which I knew was not breakage. Breakage is really when it's like the short, medium, and like small pieces of hair and it's just like falling out. That's breakage. I was experiencing long strands, and my hair is about here. This is where my hair was, like down a little bit past my armpit. So when I was experiencing breakage, it was like long pieces of hair, and I was like, wait a minute. I know that you should be losing like long strands, that's healthy. It's like healthy shedding, but that was excessive. Like my hair was literally coming out in the clumps. Like I would just run my fingers through my hair and hair would come out. And I just didn't know how to feel, so I thought it was me. So I told myself, okay, don't touch your hair anymore, or touch it as least as possible. Wear styles that you can just throw it up in a ponytail, put your clips in where you don't really have to touch it. Like just do stuff like that until your hair stops shedding as much. Like I don't know, I thought that I was going crazy. And then in the beginning of January when we moved, I blow dried my hair and the same thing happened. So I gave it like a month span. And then the same thing happened, and I was just so confused because I'm like, why is my hair falling out? And I could not tell where. Now, fast forward to yesterday. Yesterday was the first time I got my hair professionally done again. This is by another person because the one I had before had left. And so I had to find someone new. And when she was doing my hair, we just kept seeing hair and like clumps of hair falling out. And I knew it wasn't her because I had already known that my hair was coming out. So it was something that I wasn't surprised by because it happened with me, but it was just the fact that I was just seeing my hair on the floor. Just every time she brushed, it was like more hair, more hair, more hair. And then she told me as she was going, she was like, is your hair okay? It's feeling really dry and brittle. Like I kind of don't want to touch it just because of what it feels like the texture. And that's when I broke down and started crying because I knew right then and there that something was wrong. The only thing that both of us could put together of the things that changed within the time from when I got my hair pressed before and got it done till now is Clomid. And so while I was sitting in the chair crying, I was Googling in different pregnancy forums with Clomid and seeing like what women were saying about hair loss. And it actually happened to be a lot more women who experienced hair loss with Clomid than I had ever seen before in my research of Clomid. And I was just like, what? Like some of them were saying that they changed to Femara because of this problem, and their doctor changed them over because of the hormones. And like, I was just so mind blown. Now, I am an esthetician. I got my license some years ago, like 2 years ago. And I know that your skin's an organ, and your hair is like your fingernails, like it's an attachment. And so anything that you eat, drink, do, take is going to affect your hair in some type of way. That's why vitamins are great. So me knowing this, I knew that the hormones that the Clomid was putting into my body and what was going on, I knew that that was the thing that was damaging my hair. Now in that time frame, I'll insert a pic right here. This is what happened to my hair, and that was gradual, and that was why I kept experiencing hair loss, because I literally lost hair. Like it was a huge bald spot and I just cried. Now my hair, if you could tell, like it's still long, it's just very thin. And my hair has always been thin. Like I don't have super thick hair, but I had full hair. Like my hair is thin and it's more on, you know, the light side, but it was full looking. And now like it's still long, but it's not full. And I'm just so sad that that happened. I'm glad that we figured it out because it was really like detrimental to my health and my well-being. And now that I know that that was something that played a part, it kind of reshapes how I'm going to go forward. Like I think I might try more of like a natural route of trying to like figure out what's going on with my body, because that was like intense for me. That was really intense. It was really scary. I don't wish that on anyone. I'm glad that I didn't lose all my hair. Some women had like patches and patches of bald spots, and me, I only had one, and I know it's gonna grow back as my hair grows, but it was just one of those things where I really, like, I cried and I was so upset and I was so hurt. And it just makes you think like, wow, you're doing all this for a baby. Like, this is insane. You know, every woman doesn't have to experience this, but the fact that some women do, and you just find yourself in this position like, wow, I'm really doing all this for a baby. And it's an overwhelming feeling when your body starts to react to the things that you're doing and you're like, I'm not even doing anything crazy. Like, I just want a child. And so, yeah, that's what happened in this last 3 months. And I thought it was important to kind of do an update about all of the cycles, because I see videos on YouTube that talks about like their cycles of Clomid, but at the same time you don't really see people talk about like the different effects that happen that aren't very like textbook or, you know, internet known symptoms. Like, these are symptoms that I did not find initially, and now going through 3 cycles I can confidently say, like, you know, these are things I experienced for 3 months and this is the aftermath of it. So I definitely feel a lot better. Will I continue Clomid? My next procedure is supposed to be an HSG procedure, and I'm supposed to partner that with Clomid. I don't know if I'm going to take Clomid with that. I might just do the SHG if I have to, but I'm still a little skeptical on that. I don't know if I really want to do that. I don't know if I want to like take a break for a little bit, because guys, it's like a lot, and keep putting things like that in your body, and just, I don't know if I want to keep doing that. So I will keep you guys updated on whether I do that or not, but I'm so glad that I was able to share these side effects with you. I hope it helps someone. I hope it gives you some insight. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment down below. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.